All right. Welcome in to another episode of Commander's Franchise. It's been a while since I've streamed. It's been a little more than a week, and I usually try to do at least one episode a week, especially with playoff football being on right now. I got some shit on my laptop. That's not good. Anyways, it's wildcard weekend here in reality. There were two games played today. Browns-Texans. Texans absolutely demolished the Browns. The Chiefs-Dolphins game just wrapped up. Chiefs won 26-7. But enough about that. We'll jump into our fantasy world here with the Commanders, and we're taking on the New York Giants. Now, last week we ended up losing against the Ravens, 20-10, the final score, as you can see there. We played them tough for 99% of the game. We threw a game-losing pick six. The game was over anyways. Last week, Sam Howell played like shit. The offensive line played like shit. Because Sam Howell couldn't really get anything going, the receivers, therefore, also couldn't get anything going. The running game, I think, did okay, and the defense actually did incredible. The recurring theme throughout this franchise has been we've been able to beat the bad teams, but we haven't been able to beat good teams. This week, I think we're taking on a bad team in the New York Giants. 81 overall, which is actually the same overall that we are. I don't think I really need to do anything as far as scouting goes. It's week one. But I think what we're going to do... I don't think there's a whole lot for us to cover before we just jump into the game. Let's just take a look at the Giants roster, see who they have. See who they signed for free agents or who they drafted. They still have Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback. 27 years old, 80 overall, but they drafted Clayton McPherson, who was someone we considered drafting before we ultimately decided not to draft a QB in the first round. So you'd have to think that McPherson is taking over for Danny Dimes at some point. But I would assume Daniel Jones is still starting with the higher overall. He's got a massive dead cap hit, too, if they cut him. Saquon Barkley is their running back, 93 overall, still with the team. He must have signed some sort of extension. At receiver, they have Paris Campbell, Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, so it looks like not a lot has changed there. They still have Darren Waller and Daniel Bellinger. Offensive line, they still have Andrew Thomas, 93 overall. Andres Pete, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Mitch Morse, Eddie Stambler, and former first-round pick Evan Neal. The defense, they got Ashawn Robinson, Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, who is a superstar X-Factor, so that's something we're going to have to look out for. Aziz Ojolari, Bobby Okereke, but he's actually injured, so we'll see a lot of Caden Ellis. Also have Kayvon Thibodeau up to an 83 overall. In the secondary, they got Adoree Jackson, still has 93 speed. Deontay Banks, Duke Shelley, Xavier McKinney at one safety spot. They now have Terrell Edmonds at the other safety spot. Cameron Dicker the kicker, is now their kicker. And Gillian's still their punter. So this isn't all that different of a team from last year. So we're going to just go ahead and jump into our weekly strategy. It is saying that Clayton McPherson's our top threat. He's not their starting quarterback, is he? I mean, now I'm curious. He also has a hidden development trait. Can I see the depth charts of other teams? Daniel Jones is still listed as the #1 quarterback, so I think the game's just broken. But he does have a hidden development trait. That's going to stick with me if Sam Howell continues to struggle. But anyways, assuming Daniel Jones is the quarterback, I'm more concerned about Saquon than I am about Daniel Jones, but I am concerned that Daniel Jones could get away and scramble and make a couple big plays with his legs. I think we're going to contain the QB scramble. Offensively, what do we want to do? I don't really want to run directly at Dexter Lawrence, and I don't want to put more pressure. I think we gotta go blitz counter. I mean, our offensive line struggled. Sam Howell struggled. I think that's a pretty good pick there. What do we want to do? Head coach. 15 first downs isn't a bad one. Yeah, that's probably the one I'm going to stick with. You know what, we're going to go up to 250 offensive yards. I think we can allow less than 20 points. Allow 2 or less passing touchdowns seems like a pretty fair bet, with Daniel Jones being the other quarterback. All right, fingers crossed for no injuries. Got our offense here first. All right, clean on offense. Let's see if we have any injuries on the defensive side. All right, nope, we're clean all around. No, and before I jump into this, the Giants actually assigned Ricky Jackson, our rookie punter that we drafted with like our last overall pick. So we will have to fill that practice squad spot at some point. I might just do that off camera. We'll see. But I think we're ready to jump into this game against the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Hopefully no one tears their ACL. It's also a Thursday night game.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports.
Surprised I didn't have anything come up about the short week. I also had guys practice in full, so hopefully fatigue doesn't become too huge of a factor. But anyways, we are set to kick this one away. We'll get the ball in the second half. And it doesn't look like I can see my kicking meter, so that must be one of the Giants' home field advantages. As Tressway kicks this one about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Take it for the touchback. Start the drive at the 25-yard line, and it is not Daniel Jones taking the field. It is Clayton McPherson, and he started last week, it looks like. Not great stats, 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Not that great of a completion percentage. Okay, well, we were scouting Daniel Jones. We took a look at the depth chart. Yeah, and all of our guys are fucking tired. That's not great. But yeah, we took a look at the Giants' depth chart, and it still very clearly said, yeah, Daniel Jones is the #1 quarterback. So Saquon gets the carry. Only picks up a yard. I may actually have to monitor.
They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's a ranking that feels good.
I may have to monitor our defense here because a lot of the guys are tired. I did not catch that. Usually there's a thing whenever you play on Thursday where they're like, oh, do you prioritize preparation or rest? And this early in the season, I probably would have said rest, but...
Okay, didn't break down all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now, who is that? Is that Kalike Hudson, I think? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's do that, maybe.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
And it's a read option, and McPherson keeps it, but coming up is Jartavius Martin. By the way, I actually just learned that Jartavius Martin goes by Quan Martin. Did not know that until like a few days ago. So, I have to start calling him that. Quan Martin, our defensive rookie of the year, comes up and makes a big play on 3rd down. We force a 3 and out to start things off.
That gives you the confidence to come out and play.
Highsmith back to return this kick, and he's got some space, but ultimately gets brought down. Decent return there. So here comes Sam Howell. Struggled last week. We take a look at the stats. 10 of 21 for $144, no touchdowns, 2 picks. He did have a rushing touchdown, however, which doesn't get added in the stats for some reason, but
struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice.
But yeah, offensive line wasn't good. Receivers couldn't get anything going because we couldn't get anything going through the air. And our running game, which we kind of relied heavily on last year, was okay, but it wasn't anything special. And we start off with a run for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Howell.
And Logan Thomas is open, and he makes a man miss and picks up the 1st down. 17 yards. Not a bad juke there from the big man.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Brian Robinson on the carry. A nice block there from Levi Jenkins, our 2nd-round rookie guard. Combo blocked. Went up to the 2nd level. We're able to pick up 9. Yeah, you can see Brian Robinson, 15 for 71. Certainly not bad.
Obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
They'll go play action. Howell.
And Terry McLaurin able to hold on through the contact.
Have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a
Nice catch there by Terry McLaurin. I was a little terrified that safety was going to just run through him and pick that off. Brian Robinson bounces to the outside, and he's got a lot of space. Flag down on the play, though. Robinson picks up the 1st. This might be coming back, though. It's an illegal block in the back on Jahan Dotson.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the good news is this was 10 yards down the field. So it's still 1st and 10.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
Terry McLaurin with another catch here. 1st down and some change. 13.
This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
Ooh, do I want to do verts? I think I do.
1st down, how to throw.
Oh, Jahan Dotson can't hold on. That was Kayvon Thibodeau in coverage, too. You got to come down with that. You have to come down with that if you're Jahan Dotson.
In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Might be 4-down territory, depending on how this goes. Nice block there by Levi Jenkins, and Brian Robinson has the 1st down.
It's a good gain of 11. sets him up first and goal. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the two defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top.
Play action here.
That creates a natural bubble inside.
And we're going to our fullback, and we got the touchdown. Ethan Carter, our fullback. Fullback lives matter. Fullbacks are people too. And we have the early lead. Kicking meter still is faded. But it doesn't matter, at least not right now. 7-0. Good opening drive.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say
still tired, huh? It's because some of these guys play special teams.
You get right back out there, you don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is
play action there. And McPherson with an on-target pass, but it's broken up by Emmanuel Forbes.
You talk about this Washington defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see.
And Saquon runs into trouble at the line, ends up diving forward for a yard.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard.
It's going to bring up another third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And McPherson's going to just throw this one away. And we force another 3 and out.
To start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fielded at about the 28. It's a return.
Nowhere to run there.
A punt of 42 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick
flip this play here.
6 hours later, here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year,
Brian Robinson. Nice run and gets upended. Does a somersault, picks up 9.
Over the years, teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2. So
I'm gonna send Claypool on a drag here.
For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
And we hit him. He doesn't pick up a lot, but enough for the first.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
Robinson gets brought down backwards. Picks up a couple.
That work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down.
That pass is batted away.
Incomplete.
He wasn't open.
So much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Might be 4 down territory once again.
That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hal down to throw it.
And wide open is Logan Thomas, and he picks up a big 1st down.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 33. Back to the ground with Robinson.
Big ask there for Levi Jenkins. to try and trap Dexter Lawrence. He sheds immediately. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there.
Steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Second down, Howell now.
And we're brought down for the sack. No, god damn it. Alright, good news is the quarter's about to end. Sound like a broken record. I was trying to throw to Claypool on the post, circle. EA needs to fix this bug. But then anyways, because I press circle, it then thinks I want to spike the ball, which is fucking stupid. Alright. Gotta keep in mind that I do not have a kicking meter as part of the home field advantage, so I need to get into more comfortable field goal position. Logan Thomas has the catch, and Logan Thomas is going to be just short. 4th and inches, we're going for this.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
I just want to call. I'm hoping that by sliding left, Dexter Lawrence doesn't blow it up, but he does. I wanted the line to slide to the left, and that just did not happen. So we walk away with no points. Good news is we forced 2 3 and outs.
He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right.
And this is a read option for McPherson. He runs up the middle and picks up 6. He had a ton of space to the edge. I don't know why he ran basically off tackle there.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up
and Saquon with a carry here, breaks a couple tackles, but only for a couple yards. 3rd and 2.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll
I think we're going to send pressure.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another run to Saquon. Saquon Barkley has a huge hole up the middle. And he is well into our territory. Huge run there. What happened there? I sent someone right through that gap. Yeah, they just all got picked up. It's good execution on their part.
They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
And that's another keeper for McPherson, but he reads incorrectly. Jonathan Allen brings him down. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
A lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield...
They use their Cliff Greenfield, our 1st-round pick. And another read option, but this time McPherson is able to break away. McPherson's off to the races, and he's going to score. That's not great.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon, I would imagine.
We're going to have to make some defensive adjustments next time. We're on D. But anyways, this kick will go to the goal line. Returnable for Connor Highsmith. Out past the 25 to the 27. Good return.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a
Dexter Lawrence is out of the zone now.
When it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little.
Tried to do a cutback there. Didn't work.
Because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Howell.
And Logan Thomas, a little bit of a weird route there, but he ends up making a nice catch, and it's going to be 3rd and short.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives
Bringing out Chris Rodriguez here. I think this is a favorable matchup. Not a great gain there, but enough for the first. And also, I think I made the decision last game. I think I want Tolliver to get some more touches over Rodriguez.
Quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
I think we're going to flip this. Run away from Dexter Lawrence. And doesn't make a whole lot of a difference. We only pick up 3 there.
2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Uh-oh. We're lucky that got swatted away. What this? That was weird coverage. So that was the outside corner there. That was the guy covering Terry McLaurin. So I see him running. I think they're running like a cover 1 man, but then he just stops. Have I even thrown the ball at this point? No, he just stops. All right. At least it's an incompletion. Instead of a pick. We're going to try a screen, and I may very well regret this. And Rodriguez has the catch. Rodriguez! Just enough for the first.
An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback,
let's try a counter here. I don't run a lot of those.
Against the defense, they worked very well there.
Worked out decently. I don't think that's how it was supposed to work. It was supposed to be ran to the right, but I saw a hole immediately open up between the guard and the center on the left side.
We're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball placed at the 45.
Bringing a safety down here.
Howell out of the shotgun.
And Terry McLaurin is open. Terry McLaurin gets out of a tackle, and Terry McLaurin's going to score. I knew I was going to have to get rid of the ball kind of quickly. I knew they were bringing the pressure. It's a little risky to wait for that post route to develop, but McLaurin got open. Was able to make a man miss. And we retake the lead.
Sly on for the extra point.
And it's 14-7.
Now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position.
It's a good return there, gets him to the 32. Saquon's got 8 yards to carry so far. A lot of that comes from one big run.
They begin with a run by
Saquon loses a yard.
behind the line of scrimmage.
by the way.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation.
Gotta make an adjustment next time. They call a read option.
When you're in second and long yardage.
Gotta focus on the QB.
That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again.
And Saquon, no gain there.
This time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
This might bring us to the 2-minute warning.
But it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And it will.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 3rd down,
McPherson gonna roll away, and he's gonna scramble and pick up some yards, and he picks up 8. Deron Payne's injured, though, so I was going to take a timeout anyways, but now we have a player injured, which is not good. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but the Giants are going to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half.
Highsmith from about the 18.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
Pectoral strain. We're going to keep him in the game.
Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into.
They want us to throw immediately.
On that road, and the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate.
I don't see why we can't run at least once here.
They start on the ground with Robinson.
Brian Robinson, only for 2.
First down run, he'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now he'll look to throw it.
And that pass is going to be incomplete. Brought pressure off the edge. Looks like Charles Leno just got beat.
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And Howe will throw it.
Brian Robinson on that angle route. Picks up the 1st.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now throwing on 1st down here.
And that pass is almost picked off.
Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked.
Logan Thomas ran that route way too deep.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Howell.
Chase Claypool can't hold on.
The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Probably should have had him possession catch that.
Marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
We'll try another screen here. Might be 4 down territory.
At a 3rd and 10. Howell looking to throw again.
Brian Robinson has the catch, and Brian Robinson can't make a man miss. Gets pushed out of bounds. It's 4th and 3. We're going for this.
Not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the 1st down.
So here we go, 4th down. Howell.
Claypool holds on, picks up the first. We'll take a timeout.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense.
McLaurin has the catch.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped.
Picks up a first. We were going to take our last timeout.
Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
We're going to just send Terry McLaurin on a post here.
Now Howell.
We're going to have to check this down.
Over the middle, complete. That's Rodriguez.
We're going to spike this.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That'll give them 8 that time. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
We're going to just go ahead and kick the field goal.
Joey Sly now. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out.
Hopefully this is good. Can't really see the kicking meter, and it is right down the middle. It's a 2-score game.
10 now, 17-7.
And we do get the ball to start off the second half.
As they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And he'll be brought down.
They'll have 3 seconds left. Looks like they're going to just take the knee and take it to the half.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment, but first, the NFL season is in full swing.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move.
No one cares about the coach. Anyways, offensively, what do we want to do? We've been doing blitz counter. I think we're going to just stick with it. We're going to stick with what both of our plans were. Blitz counter. Sam Howell hasn't been under too much duress so far. We got to contain the QB scramble, though. We got to let Clayton McPherson, that is. And Connor Highsmith is off to the races, and Connor Highsmith is at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10, and this is why we drafted him. Touchdown. What a way to start off the second half. I was about to talk about our offense, but I don't think I need to, seeing as how we just had, what, a 90, was that a 99-yard kickoff return? Where did we field that from? Yeah, we fielded that from like just inside the goal line. That was a 101-yard kickoff return touchdown from Connor Highsmith. That is why we drafted him. And Sly is going to doink this one. It's no good. So that could potentially come back to bite us. If the extra point was good, it would be a 3-score game, but instead still a 2-score game. Not being able to see that kicking meter kind of screwed us a little bit there. We did allow a couple kick return touchdowns last year. I'll just take this for a knee in the end zone for the touchback.
For their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out.
That's a give. Saquon stuffed up.
Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
But these guys going to chop into that.
We're having a lot of backups play. That was Butler that made the tackle that time.
Line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Another give to Saquon. Saquon actually has some space this time, though. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little...
And a little counter run to Saquon, and Saquon able to make a man miss with a nice block there, and he picks up 8.
Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Barkley.
Another give to Saquon, makes a man miss. Picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet. The thing's 2nd and 2. It's a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense.
We're going to take a little bit of a risk here.
1-1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
We're in a little bit of a diamond or triangle formation. And it's actually going to be play action. And wide open is that their fullback? That's Evan McPherson's first completion of the game, by the way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's their fullback. They run a fullback wheel of sorts and end up picking up a huge completion.
A big pickup on 3rd down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw.
And McPherson on the run gets hit as he throws. I think that was Chase Young that brought the pressure. Or no, it looks like it was actually Jamin Davis, I think. Or Kenneth Murray, I don't know. Good play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
That's a quick pass, and it's complete. Isaiah Hodgins picks up 3. McPherson 2 for 5 on the day passing. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't take him. Call man coverage here. Might regret this because I'm playing as Emmanuel Forbes on the outside. And that's a throw over the middle, and it's caught by Darren Waller, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and 1. They're terrorists if they don't go for this. They are going to go for it.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Give to Saquon. Doesn't pick up a lot, but he does pick up enough for the first.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
They keep it.
Another give to Saquon, and Saquon Barkley is going to score. Got out of a tackle. We could have usured the tackle and maybe got him down at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already
They are going to go for 2 here. Try to make it a 1-score game. And that pass is out of the reach of Isaiah Hodgins there. No good. So it remains a 2-score game.
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of
So Connor Highsmith took 101 yards to the house on his last return, and he might do it again! Connor Highsmith off to the races. No kick return touchdowns in the history of this franchise through the first, 18 games? Now we've got 2 in one game, back-to-back.
2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to
Joey
see
Sly this time
extra point by Sly is up and
drills the
good.
extra point. It is now a 3-score game.
Now the lead moves to 17.
Who even needs an offense? Connor Highsmith by himself, just returning kicks, is outscoring the Giants. Well, with the extra points. Or extra
So
point.
let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match
Like, I swear to God, go back and watch all my other episodes, and I have never returned a kick for a touchdown. I think the furthest I ever got was like the 40-yard line, our own 40. And now I have back-to-back kick return touchdowns.
Impressive comeback. It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get
It's a gift to Saquon.
He'll be dropped
Picks up
after
6.
a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Looking to throw on second
Yeah, that's a
down.
quick pass to Darren Waller. Hits the deck immediately, but picks up the first.
Yards, the pickup, first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback.
Another give to Saquon, and Saquon up the middle picks up 10 plus. Our defense, that's normally very good against the run, is allowed 92 yards on the ground to Saquon Barkley. I accidentally called a play I did not mean to call.
Throwing on first down.
McPherson throws it, and I don't know what the hell happened there. I think it hit Quan Martin in the head, but it's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
By forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Another give to Barkley.
And he carries this one
Fights forward for
past
6.
stripe and into Commander territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
Gonna take another little bit of a risk here, sending a nickel blitz.
Create or get through contact or trash makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
And it's actually going to be a screen to Saquon, and Saquon is going to pick up the first.
Out of bounds after taking it a little further down.
No one blocked Jonathan Allen, and I actually kind of
Yards there. Good enough to
fucked it
move
up.
the sticks. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost,
Yeah, that's a quick pass. Barkley picks up 4.
They're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps.
A lot of backups coming in.
Games you played in college, how well you do in practice.
And that's a quick pass on the slant, and it's complete to Paris Campbell, and he picks up the first.
Good for 6 as they keep this drive right on.
Cliff Greenfield actually with pretty good coverage there, but
Routes in the playbook.
got beat.
Oh, so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And that's a give to
And he's gonna
Saquon.
lose yardage here.
He loses yardage. There is a flag on the play, and it's a block in the back. It'll either be 1st and 20 or 2nd and 13. We're going to
So they
accept the penalty,
the
push him back
course,
10
and
yards.
fits backwards a bit. After the penalty,
Barkley again
looking for a seam, but finding
picks up
none. He'll get
nothing,
back
and
to
he's
line
injured on the
scrimmage,
play.
and that's it.
That can be
Now
huge
he
for us,
appears to be in
actually.
some pain. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
And that's a give to whoever their backup running back is.
Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of
Gray
work to do
picks
coming
up 6.
3rd and 14.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 14, just seconds left to go here in the 3rd.
Operating from the gun, McPherson.
And he's going to take a shot deep down the left side, and the ball is out of bounds. And it'll be incomplete. It'll be 4th and 14. They're going to go for the field goal to end the half. It's going to be about 50 yards. The kick is up, and it is good. That'll end the 3rd quarter. 16-30. It's a 2-touchdown game. I mean, I hate to say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but we're going to return this with Connor Highsmith again. This one's about 3-4 yards deep, but we're going to go through the same gap as last time. It wasn't there. This time we only get to the 19. Not a good decision, but hey, when you have 200-plus yard kick return touchdowns, I think it's fair to take a risk.
Maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And Brian Robinson with a nice hole there. Good blocking there. We pick up 15.
55 yards rushing on 12 carries.
A little bit of a coaching change here. Do want to get Tolliver some touches.
We can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball.
Of course, Jonathan Tolliver has a hidden dev trait.
And try and finish off a game.
Picks up 7 there. I'm not going to play him just to unlock the dev trait, but it is something I'm keeping in the back of my mind. We have a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. Yeah, I'll get him some carries, give him some time. Another nice block there by Levi Jenkins, our left guard, and the end result's a nice run by Tolliver.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from.
Had to just throw that one away.
You have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll toss this one incomplete.
Didn't see anything open.
He throws it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position.
Tolliver, not a lot of room there. Falls forward for a couple.
As he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy.
Do I want? You know what? We're gonna do a screen. Don't usually love screens. Tolliver is a good pass catching back, though. You know what? We are gonna flip this play. I don't want Dexter Lawrence to come in and wreck this.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Why did that not work? That's why I hate screens. Tolliver just ran into people. And it wouldn't let me throw the ball. Alright, the good news at least is we took some time off the clock.
Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Valley goes to the 27. Not a good kick.
New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to
they have 6.5 minutes. Try and score 2 touchdowns.
Two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, McPherson.
And that pass is going to be caught. Isaiah Campbell. Makes the catch in traffic. Looks like Emmanuel Forbes had a chance to make a play on that ball, but was unable to do so.
Every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself.
And that's a give to Saquon, and Saquon tackled for a loss. There's a penalty, and it's going to be an illegal block in the back. Seen a few of those in this game. It's on Paris Campbell. We'll go ahead and take it.
Offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Looking to throw. McPherson.
And that pass is incomplete. Cliff Greenfield there on the coverage. Now I'm starting to see, what's our medical center looking like? Now it's just Ricky Stromberg out there. I'm not seeing our starting linebackers out there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, they might be fatigued.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those
yeah, I have nothing but backups in here.
Progress in this one.
That pass is going to be caught by whoever that is. Giants have an injury on the play to one of their offensive linemen. It's going to be 3rd and 16.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16.
And this is going to be a screen pass to whoever the fuck that is. I think that's Isaiah Hodgins. He picks up 9. They're going to go for it here.
And that's going to bring up the 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he steps up and throws, and he completes this one to Saquon for a big gain and a 1st down. He wasn't past the line of scrimmage. I guess he wasn't.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as...
Yeah, we're supposed to have someone over there. Yeah, Jatavius Martin's actually supposed to be over there.
Because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number 1, it's easy for him to get lost. And number 2, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
That's going to be play action. That pass is complete to Bellinger. Bellinger ends up picking up the 1st down.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting.
That pass is complete. Darren Waller has a 1st down. They're gonna go for. We're gonna take a timeout. They called a no huddle. I couldn't get a play off.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the play fake.
And that's going to be a play fake. And McPherson is brought down by Chase Young. They're going to do something again. They're going to call a no huddle. They need a touchdown here. They really can't afford a field goal. And that pass intended for Saquon is incomplete. Milo Eifler had a chance to pick that off and essentially end the game. Doesn't happen, though.
Right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On 3rd down,
they're going to give this one to Saquon on 3rd and long, which is a borderline terrorist move. And now they're going to go for it. No huddle. 4th and 14. This is essentially the game. They need to make this. And the pass is batted up a bunch of times, and coming down with it is Darren Waller for the touchdown. Waller couldn't haul it in. A couple guys, Cliff Greenfield and someone else, Jatavius Martin, can't get their hands on it, and Darren Waller ends up getting his hands on it for the touchdown. So it ain't over yet. That kick's going to be up and good. So it's a 7-point game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away.
Connor Highsmith, 2 kick return touchdowns already today.
And he'll be tackled.
Not as much luck there. Just to the 24.
On the next drive for Washington.
We got to put Robinson back in the game. We haven't really had the ball a whole lot on the offensive side.
You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because
and Brian Robinson only picks up a yard.
Or you try and bury them with another score. And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity, or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Brian Robinson on the carry, and Brian Robinson has some space, but he's stonewalled before he can pick up the first, and he's hurt. And that's huge, because now we can't bleed the clock until the 2-minute warning.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
All right, we're going to give Jonathan Tolliver, our rookie running back, the ball here. We're running right at Dexter Lawrence. This might be risky, but it might work. Not a lot of yards, but he ends up picking it up. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Certainly not over yet. And he's got a broken hand. That is a huge loss.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
All right, well,
Totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
time to put your money where your mouth is. We're going to send Bates in motion here. Tolliver bounces this to the outside, and he gets tackled for a big loss. That's not good. Second and 14. And Tolliver with another carry here. This one's a lot better. It's good for 9, but it's going to bring up 3rd down. Ooh, do I want to... Yeah, we're going to throw it. It's going to be risky, but we got to make some big moves here.
Now to throw it.
Why could he not get that off? Why could he not get that off? First off, Braden Daniels just gets manhandled. But yeah, I start our throwing motion to throw it to Dotson, who's getting open over here. And we probably have the 1st down and we can ice the game. But instead, the game decides, no, you have a guy too close. So we're not going to let you throw it. Now I get sacked. And now the Giants have a chance to tie this game up.
Here's Jackson to return.
And Dory Jackson takes it to the 32. So they have a minute 42 to go 68 yards to try to tie this game up.
Down by 7. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw.
And that's a quick pass over the middle. It's complete. Darren Waller once again. We're going to call the same play. McPherson deep down the right side, and the pass is broken up. Cliff Greenfield, huge play there. He'll bring up third down.
They might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
That's a quick pass, and it's dropped. Incomplete over the middle. Intended for Darren Waller. I think that was Darius Slayton, actually. Fourth down. We're going to keep calling man. I think we're going to bring pressure, too.
Hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming.
We're going to call a press here. They haven't really been able to beat us in man coverage, and here we go, and the ball's out! It's a strip sack fumble. I think the Giants recovered, but it doesn't matter. It was fourth down anyways. And Jonathan Allen makes a huge play, and McPherson pretty much butt fumbled.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
McPherson basically butt fumbled. Let's take a look at that replay again. I mean, he just runs into his own offensive lineman. That allows Jonathan Allen to force the fumble. I think they ended up recovering, but it was fourth down anyways.
Powerless to stop the clock. This should just be a couple of kneel downs.
You cannot take the butt fumble out of New York. You can take the man that committed the butt fumble out of New York, but you can never take the butt fumble out of New York. And we're going to just nail out the clock here. Should just be one more, and we should clinch our first W of our second season of Commanders franchise. A lot of stuff happened in this game.
They take the knee, can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss.
And that's the game. 30-23 the final score.
And they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
The theme continues of us being able to beat up on bad teams, but not being able to beat good teams.
Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for Washington, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, so let's take a look at some stats now. So Sam Howell, 15 of 22 for a $192, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Pretty solid game, small sample size with only 22 attempts, but of course when you have 2 kick return touchdowns, it kind of takes away from your opportunities. On the ground, Brian Robinson, 14 for 64, not bad. He left the game with an injury though, and he has a broken hand, so I assume he's going to miss some time. Tolliver, 5 for 34. Not much else to speak of here. Receiving, Terry McLaurin, 4 grabs, 82 yards, and a touchdown. 4 grabs for 62 for Logan Thomas. Everyone else just had a couple catches, it looks like. Blocking, I think, for the most part, was pretty good. It was Braden Daniels got ragdolled a couple of times. Defensively, Derek Forrest had 8 tackles, as did Cameron Curl. Usually not a good sign when your safeties are leading the team in tackling. A couple TFLs for Jonathan Allen and 1 for a shit ton of other people. sack for Jonathan Allen, half a sack for Chase Young and Milo Eifler. Kick returns, 270 kick return yards for Connor Highsmith, including 2 for a touchdown, longest one being 100 yards. If we look at the Giants, Clayton McPherson got off to a really slow start. Played a lot better down the stretch, 15 of 24, $156, 1 lucky touchdown pass. Saquon, just about 100 yards on the ground against us and a touchdown. Clayton McPherson had 50 yards on the ground. Had a read option that he took for a long touchdown run. Darren Waller, 5 for 41, had that touchdown off the ricochet. No one else really did anything of note. Dexter Lawrence, game records are game records, 2.5 tackles, 4 TFLs. And yeah, that's really all that there is to talk about as far as that game goes. We got some player upgrades. Got a lot of, these are all depth guys. They're not necessarily guys that get 0 playing time, though. Cole Turner, I think I'm going to go with a possession tight end. I don't use him that often, but if I'm going to use a 3 tight end set, and if I'm, throwing the ball, I'm probably going to be making the throw in traffic. Connor Highsmith, player of the game last game. I think I want to look at juke moves or something. So playmaker, ball carrier vision, juke move. I'm probably going to go with that. Yeah, we're going to go with playmaker. I think that translates better to kick returning, which is the primary reason why he's on the team. James Smith-Williams, he gets some time here. He gets some time out there. 6'4", 245. Yeah, we'll go power rusher. Why not? By the way, we had a lot of backups play. Our team was gassed because this was a Thursday night game, and I did not realize it. There was nothing. Usually there's something that says, oh, hey, it's a Thursday night game. Short rest. Do you want to prioritize rest, or do you want to prioritize preparation? One new injury, as you guys can see here, and it's Brian Robinson, broken hand. He's out for 5 weeks. Might be 4 weeks, actually, once we simulate this week. God damn it. Now, the thing is, if I place him on IR, that doesn't mean that he can't come back for the rest of the season, right? All right. I'm going to go ahead and just advance the week. All right, so a few things to recap here. So that was a pretty good game against the Giants. Connor Highsmith. The sole reason why we took him was so we could have a kick returner. We could just pencil him in for returning kicks, and, if he ends up being a good receiver, that's cool too. But he had 2 kick return touchdowns. That ultimately was the difference of the game. The offense as a whole played a lot better. Running game was solid. Sam Howell had a pretty good game. Offensive line did okay. They did better, at least than last game. Defense did okay too. They just couldn't stop the run, which is usually our strength. Brian Robinson getting hurt's a big loss. We're going to have to figure out what to do at running back. I know, so he's going to be out for the next 4 games. I know normally in real football, I could place him on IR and then activate him after 4 weeks. But with Madden's not that smart, and I don't want to place him on IR and then find out, oh, hey, you placed him on season-ending IR. You can't bring him back, because that's going to be irritating. But yeah, our whole theme of this franchise continues into Season 2, where we beat up on bad teams, but we can't seem to beat good teams. Whether or not the Saints are a good team, I guess we'll have to see next week. We're playing another primetime game, though, at FedEx Field. I'm assuming it's a Sunday night game and not a Thursday night game, hopefully. As far as updates for the channel, so during the course of this franchise, I had been streaming for the most part on Thursday nights following Thursday Night Football. That will no longer be the case going forward. I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to stream going forward in terms of days. I'm leaning towards Sunday nights probably, maybe even Saturday nights. But if you guys don't want to miss a stream, be sure to, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. I do post on my channel when I'm going to stream, usually a few hours in advance. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Till next time, peace.